Welcome to Devlog 3 of Lizards and Scissors Act 3, baby! Woo! Devlog... Wait, Devlog 3? 1, 2... Wait, what? So, what's up with this right now? Why are we doing Devlog 3 before Devlog 2? Well, I'm actually currently working on Devlog 2, and, I've currently filmed all of it, and are editing everything with it. However, some of the footage is corrupted, and is taking an extremely long time in the terminal to load. So, instead of just waiting for my sucky-ass terminal computer to load everything, I'm just going to film Devlog 3 so I don't have to waste any of your time. So yeah, I've already made myself some food, so I'm gonna eat this and then come back to you guys. Cool? Cool. See you guys in a bit. Still here? Jesus, I thought you would have left by now. I mean, I was gone for like a couple of days. I was expecting you to just go to another video and see someone else do other Inscryption stuff, but I guess you're sticking around then. Which is good, because I have figured out over the past couple of days what the hell I'm actually going to film in this devlog. Because, you know, a couple of days ago I didn't. So yeah, let's go do that. So, what exactly are we going to be doing then? Well, as I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I don't actually remember what I said a couple days ago. I'm sure I could just rewatch the footage, but I finished the lava dungeon. See, I drew all the squares. I did all the stuff. Look at this. Got all this color down. It's got lava, it's got squares. As you can see, the boss room has the boss square, but also has these 3 locks right here. In order to unlock it, you need to go around the dungeon and find, what's a good one? These squares. These squares that have the little question mark in one of the corners. And these question marks, when you arrive on this space, will show a sigil where that question mark is. Then, by the time you get to the boss room, you then, in orders from left to right, you have to put this, you have to like say what the sigils are in each one of these locks in order to unlock the room. Will the sigils still remain after you've left? Yes. If you try to go back to the room, it will have the same sigil that you saw before. And after I drew all the squares, I went back and did a little bit of polish. I highlighted some of the spears, colored in all the lava bubbles and stuff. Yeah, and I think it turned out pretty good. So with that out of the way, what exactly is this devlog gonna be? Now, I thought about it. Again, I was gone for a couple of days since the last time you just saw me, but I have been thinking about drawing some cards. And as I said before, when I draw the cards, the reference images are on my phone, so I have to just draw just the stats of the card, and then do the actual photo later, which I actually did. Here's the finished Skelisage. Here's what he's gonna look like. I tried to base off his design after, here, hold on. I tried to base his design after the Junior Sage, more like an undead version of the same card, but put to different purpose. So, here's what that is. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's just something I thought of. So I like doing that. I like drawing the cards, but I more importantly like drawing the photos. And I can't do all of that in the same episode, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to draw all of the rest of the Ruby cards and all of the rest of the Emerald cards and do all of the photos later. Cool. So right now you should probably be hearing some kind of soundtrack. I will put it into the description so you can listen to it later. This is the official Magnificus Mod version of the Temple of Magics. And believe it or not, I've actually found out a way to play music while the game is running. So consider it the official soundtrack to Act 3. With that being said, let's do some math. We need 31 Emerald cards. Now let's see how many of them I actually did already. Okay, all the Emerald cards. Let's just... I'm gonna turn on the air conditioning. Right. Okay, back to work. Right. So, we got 31 of them done. And, let's do 31 minus... Okay. Well, good. There is 12 cards here. 12 cards to draw. Let's draw them. Alright, so you already know how I draw cards. You know the process already. I make myself a little line here, a little line in there, and then flip over the back and do the design on the back. You already know this process. Let's skip past... Actually, I'm just gonna skip past this process, because I don't think this is even worthy of showing the footage of if you've already seen it happen. So give me a second. Now, let's get to drawing. What are we doing first? Serpent Familiar. Now, if you don't know, I mean, how could you know? The Familiars are a very interesting thing in Magnificus Mod. If I could find one real quick. Okay, well, I guess they just don't exist. Never mind. The point is, Familiars have a very interesting sigil where, actually, I think there's a really good way to describe this. Here, hold on. So most cards have something called gem dependent, where a creature needs to have a specific gem on the board in order to live. And if the gem dies, they die. Well, Familiar is where if there is no mage cards on the board, like these things, the creature dies. If it doesn't matter if there's a mox. If there are no mage cards on the board, the card with the Familiar will die. Here, let me draw the card, and then I'll explain it when it's drawn. Here, hold on. Okay, so this is a Familiar card. See, it has the Death Touch sigil, but also it has Familiar. So if you place a mage card onto the board, you can then play this card perfectly fine. But even if there's a Mox card on the board, if a mage card no longer exists on the board, then this card will die. Alright, just like that, we got the Serpent Familiar. Now, before I show this to you, oh wait, I can show this to you. here's the card, and then to the right, I believe, is what the photo is supposed to be on the card. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, what's next? Ooh, Split Wizard. Alright, 4 of them. That. Here we have Split Wizard. You can put up the photo of not the one in the Magnificus mod, but the one I drew. Yep. That's what it's gonna look like. And yep, it's my own abomination. One, okay. Alright, this only requires 1 to draw, so here is Soda Mage. And if you're wondering what the sigil is, anytime this card is struck, the person that struck it will lose 1 power. And yes, even after this card dies, the thing will remain. Now let's move on to the next card. Counter Tentacle. This one is mysterious, but I'll do it. Is Counter Tentacle. I know it's misspelled, but that is actually intentional. The misspelling is intentional. And no, it's not like I'm running out of cards or anything. I just make these in like 10 seconds. I'm telling you, the spelling is intentional. And the special power it has is that this card's power is equal to how much damage you've taken this turn. So for say that you've lost 6 health, this card will have 6 power. And so on and so forth until you die. And last but not least, we have 2 cards. Cards that of my own design, which is the Emerald Golem and the Yellow Mage. Now, I have actually, I do have a photo somewhere of the design of the Emerald Golem, but I've completely forgotten where it is. So, I'm gonna do a rain check on that one. And with that, we have completed all of the rest of the emeralds. Honest to God, I thought that was gonna take a lot longer, but hey, you know what? I underestimated how many of these cards I've actually drawn, so, yeah, here we go. By the next devlog, all of these photos should be drawn, and, well, we're gonna start working on Sapphire. And then after Sapphire, we'll work on Miscellaneous, and then finally, we'll finish off, the Prism stuff. Will I be continuing this? Yes. Will uploads be long? Considering the production time that I'm putting into all of these. Yes. And will Devlog 2 ever come out? Yes. Again, it's taking 5 million years to load the dang thing because of the corrupted footage and stuff, so, just, wait and see. Devlog 2 will be posted way after all the other devlogs, I'm sure of it. But, it still will be out. Probably. Thank you all for watching. This has been the Cake Zombie Plus, and I'll be seeing you all again in Devlog 4. Peace.